What's going on, everybody? It's Chris, broadcasting from the D. I hope everybody is doing okay out there in the world. I know it's been some struggle hours lately. People not getting that EBT. Some people saying that they got a payout. I don't really know. Everybody's story is different. Some people saying they got a partial EBT payout. Some people saying they got the full amount. Some people saying they still haven't gotten there. So I don't know what to say about this one, man. Some people are struggling out there. Some not as much. Some they struggling with no end of the road in sight. You know, this is why I tell y'all, man, certain things. Don't rely on the government to take care of you. What the government give you, the government can take away. Now, I know nobody saw this situation coming, but it still hammers home my point about what the government gives you, the government can take away, whether you see it coming or not. Here's a situation where people are for real talking about they don't know if they're going to be able to eat or not. You got people out going grocery shopping and walking out, pushing the buggy on outside. This is why your boy be telling y'all about saving an emergency fund. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all for real. Save 3 to 6 months for an emergency. Now it's too late now because you got an emergency happening right now. But once we are on the other side of this, I'm telling y'all, don't be caught up in the future when another situation happens and you ain't got no money, man. We had the pandemic. Some people was hurting during the pandemic, but a lot of people weren't. A lot of people they completely blew that money, man. The pandemic money, let me tell y'all, for y'all that don't have an emergency fund, them pandemic dollars should have went to your emergency fund. People got that free money. We talking about tens of thousands of dollars, and they blew it on Jordans and seafood boils. They didn't save any of that money whatsoever. Some people were smart, but very few. Some people got their vehicle fixed. Some people invested in some index funds and other financial products. Some people used it to fund their emergency fund, put it in a high yield savings account, saved about $10,000 or whatever. You know, $10,000 for a lot of people isn't going to be 6 months worth of funds, but it'll easily cover 3 months. Leave it in there long enough and it'll become 6 months on its own. If you're somebody that put aside 10 G's, and don't tell me if you was getting that free money, you ain't get at least 10 G's. Like, people was getting 20, 30 out of that damn money. But if you somebody that say, hypothetically, just to be modest, you put aside 10 G's, high yield savings account, here it is 5 years later, you got this situation happening, you wouldn't have been sitting up crying about, I need my EBT, yo, like that one dude in that video was. So this is why I be saying, y'all be listening to people that aren't hurting for money talk about they don't believe in emergency funds or they don't need an emergency fund. It's stupid to have an emergency fund. That works for them. I seen someone who makes good money. He said that his checking account, it always has somewhere around 3 to 5 grand in it. He doesn't have an emergency fund. Well, here's the thing. If a person is rich, or even if they're not rich, let's just say they're pretty set, they're pretty well off, but they've got investments. They don't need an emergency fund. It's not something that's needed for them because they can always move some things around to get capital. So you're not going to catch them in a situation where they need a few grand for this and that, and they're not going to be able to get their hands on that money. They always going to be able to move some things around and get their hands on some money. You, on the other hand, that has no emergency funds, have no assets, you're living paycheck to paycheck. Yeah, you can't do that. That's not your life. For those of you who my voice reached, congratulations, man. You in a situation right now where you're pretty comfortable. For those of you that didn't, it's unfortunate you didn't listen, but maybe now you will. And Unc's not kicking you while you down, because I don't like seeing you suffer. I don't like seeing you struggle. I'm just saying, even though I'm not going to kick you while you down, I am going to give you a big I told you so, because Unc did tell you so. But other than that, man, I'm hoping y'all is doing all right out there in the world. I'm out here walking at Roosevelt Park again, because y'all know I like to come out here, walk this way at night, get those 10,000 steps in. I'm healing up nice. Before you know it, I'll be back at the gym again. I'm gonna go ahead and go though, man. I'll holler at y'all soon. Peace.